Hello and welcome to Quarterlight, your car brochure channel, and in today's episode we're going to be looking at the Daihatsu Applause. Welcome back, and if you're new to Quarterlight, we're a car brochure channel here on YouTube looking at car brochures from around the world for the 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s and sometimes beyond that as well. So if you're interested in cars and car brochures, please consider subscribing. So yes, today we're looking at this very much forgotten little car really, the Daihatsu Applause. This is a UK brochure, undated, no reference on it at all, which is a bit unusual, isn't it? But I'm thinking it's around about 1990 or so, this particular one. Now, I won't say I'm an expert on the Daihatsu Applause. It was a very much forgotten car, but I do remember them around. And also, I guess the most unusual thing about these is you notice straight away it's got that rear wiper, and you think, oh, a rear wiper on a saloon. Not many cars really put a rear wiper on a saloon. I can just think of one or two manufacturers who did that, but the unusual thing is, it's not a saloon. It's kind of like a lift back design, so very much looks like a saloon as you walk past, but open the boot there, the boot and the window all lifts up, and there's a little bit of an image of that as well. So that was certainly a little bit unusual. I don't think these sold in great numbers, and I don't know how many's left today, if any. Maybe someone might be able to answer that question if there are any of these left. But I've always got a bit of a soft spot for Daihatsu, but on the same hand, I don't think the rust protection were really the best on Daihatsu, so I'm sure a lot of them rotted away. Design wise though, yeah, they're a bit forgettable, aren't they? There weren't any sort of striking features other than that sort of lift back design. Very much a forgotten car, and particularly in a dull grey colour like this, you'd be excused to walk past one and not even think about it. This particular model, the 1.6 XI, is kind of the top model. I think the low model doesn't have that rear wiper actually, but a high spec model, this particular one at the back. For a small budget car, 1.6, a little bit of a larger engine, and the performance wasn't really too bad actually. Now this particular brochure opens upwards, as you can see. We'll start right at the top where it says the new Daihatsu Applause, worth waiting for. So we'll read some of this text and have a look at that interior and then move down the brochure. So it tells us that announcing the new Daihatsu Applause, the car designed for the discerning driver, with a distinctive saloon design, concealing a practical hatchback and a proven 1.6 litre 16 valve power plant. The new Applause is everything you would expect of Daihatsu. There are two models to choose from, the fuel efficient 16L and the fuel injected 16XI. Both are built with traditional Daihatsu care and attention to detail, designed with luxury features and style with contemporary good looks. With so much going for it, you can't afford to ignore the new Applause, and interestingly, this is actually the only front shot we get of it, so let's try and zoom in. And there it is, the smallest shot ever, but at least we can tell from the front that this is like a pre-facelift model. So the very first Daihatsus ran from pretty much 89 till 92, so that's why I said 90, just plumped for a figure in between those, so 89, 90 I would say. Particularly with saying the new Daihatsu kind of implies that, but yeah, unfortunately that's the only front shot this brochure sadly shows us. And then we get a glimpse on the inside, nothing exceptional, quite nice how the dash sweeps round the door I guess, very plasticky though, but we do get headrests all round which is rather nice, and the carpet looks pretty good actually for a budget car. It goes on to tell us the right choice. The Daihatsu Applause gets it right in so many ways. The outstanding comfort, contemporary styling and an impressive range of features all contribute to your driving pleasure. There are two models available, specified to suit your needs, but both with the same commitment to motoring pleasure. The 16L possesses the Daihatsu qualities of reliability and comfort to offer a car that is both rewarding to drive and economical to run. Its versatile 1.6 litre 16-valve engine will run smoothly and safely on unleaded petrol without adjustment. Faster and fully equipped, the fuel-injected 16xi is fitted with a catalytic converter for the environmentally aware driver who demands a little more. Well appointed with an outstanding list of standard features that include electronically operated windows and door mirrors, central locking, tilt-adjustable steering wheel, power steering and sophisticated stereo radio cassette player, so certainly well equipped for, no doubt, a lower end of the market car. We then get this nicely drawn image of the engine. It tells us inside the Applause there is a generous amount of leg and headroom with front seats that offer the comfort and support to go the distance. The discreet styling of the ergonomically designed two-level fascia with sculpted control switches together with the subtle shades of the interior cloth trim and seats create a style that is distinctively Daihatsu. Once out on the road, low-profile tyres and its slick gearbox contribute to an excellent handling and control with an acceleration of 0 to 62 in under 9.8 seconds and a top speed of 115. The 16xi can keep comfortably ahead. Like I say, for a budget car, I don't think the performances were too bad. I guess the advantages of having a slightly larger engine, because like I say, 1.6 for that side of the car, you could probably have got away with like a 1.3, 1.4 I think. And then a look at the rear, but if you notice this is still the 1.6 XI but no rear wiper on this one. Unsure why. It does, I don't know if you remember this, but when they used to promote, oh wow, it's a 16 valve, it seemed to be something special. Daihatsu Applause badges, but even from the rear it is a pretty plain and forgettable design overall. The brochure goes on to tell us the right approach to quality. The Applause is built in the very best tradition of Daihatsu quality and reliability. From the quality of the paintwork to the clean modern lines of the classic saloon shape that conceals a capacious hatchback. The Applause gives you everything you require. The boot opens from the bumper to reveal split rear seats that fold down to offer a large, wide and flat luggage capacity. As with all Daihatsu vehicles, the Applause is covered with a 12-month unlimited mileage mechanical warranty and a 6-year anti-corrosion guarantee. The new Applause puts you ahead. Little bit of an image of the rear there, and then we get confirming that yes, even though it does look like a saloon, it's rather a clever design where it's actually this sort of lifted back design. Unusual. I'm surprised more manufacturers didn't go with this. Yeah, you don't get as much room in as a traditional hatchback, I guess. You lose a bit of shape rather than going straight up, but it's a clever design, kind of like best of both worlds. A nicer looking saloon, but practicality of opening that hatch up and folding the rear seats down. Let me know what you think anyway. And as is quite common on brochures, we get the specification page and also the equipment specification. So let's have a look at that now. Okay, so zoomed in there, and like it said in the brochure, two models, the 16L and the 16xi, both coming with a 5-speed gearbox, heated rear window, inertia reel front seat belts, height adjustable front seat belts just on the top model. They both have inertia reel and 1 lap seat belts and intermittent wipers. On the base model, the top model has got variable intermittent wipers. Door mirrors on both sides on the base model, electric remote control door mirrors both sides for the top model, and electric front windows front and rear for that top model again. Nicely spec, wasn't it, that higher model? We get a digital clock for both models, a tilt adjustable steering on the top model, power steering on both models, a tachometer on both models, central locking on the top model, front door pockets with speaker and red step lamp on both models, lamps on warning buzzer on both models, inner mirror anti-glare on both models, a slider heater control for the base model and a push button heater controls for the top model, driver's footrest on both, electronic stereo radio cassette on both models, and then the top model's got glove compartment with illumination, internal fuel lid release and internal boot release. They both come with a cigarette lighter with illumination and body coloured bumper finishes on the top model, black bumpers on the base model. Side protection mouldings for both, door trim with seat fabric inserts for both, full fabric seats for both, full fabric front seat headrests for both, folding split seats with integral headrests on both, vanity mirror on passenger, sun visor on the top model. They both have got a front console, rear storage compartment incorporating heater duct for the top model, armrest front and rear for both, halogen headlamps for both, and an option on the top model, auto transmission and electric tilt slide sunroof. No mention of that rear wiper though, which is interesting. Okay, then we go to the Applause technical specification for the two models, the 16L, which I'm assuming is carbureted, and the 16XI, which we know is got or has the fuel injection system. Now obviously the top figures all talk about lengths, weight, seating capacity, so of course they're both identical. But if we move down, the maximum power 91 for the base model, 104.7 PS for the top model, and maximum torque 96 compared to 99. Engine the same though, and it looks like everything after that looks the same. Disc drum setup by looks of it. Suspension is McPherson strut, and fuel economy figures actually weirdly are identical for the two models, which is very surprising, doing a constant 53.1 on both models. I find that hard to believe that they would be returned exactly the same. Little Daihatsu badge on the bottom there, built better to last longer was the slogan at the time apparently. The UK address, and like I say, there isn't any sort of code on this or even any sort of date. So there we go, today's episode, the Daihatsu Applause. Not a car you really remember because it's really very much a forgettable design, I think, apart from that rear end with that interesting sort of hatch design, which, you know, really looks like a saloon. Oh, unusual car, you put a wiper on a saloon, but no, it is sort of a lift back design. Anyway, let me know if you remember these cars, or even if there's any of them left. Like I say, I don't think Daihatsu were the best for rust protection. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe if you've not done already, and we'll see you very soon. For now, we'll say take care and goodbye.